Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to share with you a unicorn junk journal. This one is my second one and I'm currently working on a third. So usually when I make a junk journal of any theme, I always have two going at the same time because sometimes I have an overload and whatever I don't use in the particular journal that I'm working on, then it spills over to the next journal. And a lot of times I like the next journal in the process. I like them both, but it seems like the next journal, because it didn't take any pre-planning and it was just a mindless activity and you just keep on nothing strategically, you just keep on adding pages and switching things around. It's not for anyone in particular. And it always seems like the next one in the process seems to be better than the one that you're working on. But the one that I'm working on is just as fine. And I hope you understand what I mean. I put a lot of dedication into all of the journals that I create. And I also talk a lot with my clients to kind of get an idea of what they're looking for. I don't do custom orders because those tend to take a lot of time. And when you are the person working on a journal, you want to be able to work on different projects at the same time, not one thing in particular. So what I usually do is demonstrate what I'm working on, and if the person is interested, then I can create something similar, because a lot of times what I use to create the particular journal that they're working on doesn't necessarily mean that I can make an exact replica of the following journal that I create. So the elements are somewhat the same, but the pages might be somewhat different, and also the color scheme might be different, but the gist of the journal kind of stays in that same spectrum, if you will. So let me share with you what I've done here. This journal measures about 4.5 by 6.5, and all of the pages, the tallest page is 4 by 6, and then it works down from there. Some may have foldable pages and envelopes, and some have just stuck pages or cards in. So I have this tassel on the spine with a unicorn and this teapot charm that has like little crystals inside. And here is the back. And I've added a lot of fibers, trims, lace, ribbon, just a lot of goodness. Now, because this is for a 9-year-old, I don't expect for the 9-year-old to keep a journal intact. I do expect it to be used and to be loved as they see fit, and then add items or take items away as they feel the need. Of course, with their parents' help as well. So I have this button crochet closure, and to make it easier, all it does is, just slip it out like that. And then to make it prettier, I added these little bows on each corner, on each side of the cover. On the inside, I've added this little tag, and it's going to have a lot of tags and tuck spots. And all of the pages have been stained in purple, one of my favorite colors until pink shows up. And then I've added this trim that kind of looks like a mane of a unicorn. And the pages are, the actual pages are either white copy paper or pink copy paper, and then they are stained, so you'll see different hues. And then I've also left some of the cardstock that I used plain, because I have found that in my own experience with my own nieces, they don't like old and raggedy pages. That's more for adults until, they get into that teenage stage. But for young ones, I like to keep it pretty clean. And also I've ironed all of my paper so that it's flat. After I've dried them, I went ahead and ironed every one of them so that it just leaves the the imprint of the purple stain without it looking yucky. And then the pages are flattened with an iron. So I used a lot of random sheets of paper to keep it interesting, and a lot of nice little pretty trim. Either I sewed or glued the pages in. I mean the trimming, whatever I used, it's either sewn or glued. And then I've left the edges raw. The sewing, I've left it raw. And it lays pretty flat, so they can add pictures, they can journal, stickers, rubber stamp, you know, whatever they'd like to do. I've added some of my own marbling pages here, and it's pretty full, but definitely, you know, without taking any of the signatures out, they can definitely pull out the pages. And then I've added a little gift pack of random die cuts and ephemera in this folder. I've done some stenciling, and then I've added little silver and gold punch outs in the center, tied those off, excuse me. And this paper was already marbled, so I just added them. And then like little cutouts like this, all I did was just took a piece of fabric, sewed it around, and then I left the back blank so that they can write on it or doodle or, you know, whatever they want. Then I've added some of the die cuts that I have, and then this little journaling card slips out, and then it can be tucked back in. Some of this stuff, because they are new to journaling, I'm making this film as well so that they can kind of get an idea of what to expect in the journal as well. And then I've added some stationery, some more of my marbling. And for the most part, each signature follows that same random theme of plain paper, copy paper, stained paper, and cardstock. So, and then I've added this envelope. The envelopes, I'm going to add some little tags in there, or a paper clip. So these dimensional butterfly stickers, some more flip outs like that. I've added this little card with a double pocket, and then I made a cutout of a unicorn silhouette image. Then it opens up and it has like little sticky notes in here. So this goes in the middle of the two signatures, the first and the second. And then I have a lot of little random stuff. I don't know if you can see, or it looks like I'm okay and I'm in frame. I don't know. And then center of the second signature, some more trims all around the border. And then here's another pocket. This one is empty, so I need to add some there, something there. And here is another signature with a little shaker in here and a card. And then here's a tag pocket. See these little tags? Let me pull them out because sometimes they get stuck. Some flip out. Another tag, and I added some of that purple yarn. I've added yarn. Just a lot of random stuff so that it keeps it interesting, you know, for a child to use. Sometimes just flipping through the pages and playing with the butterflies, it's enough. So I do have a feeling that this will be treasured. I'm going to leave the flaps open so that I remember where. I don't have too many envelopes. Then I added some washi tape, and I think I can still add some more washi tape in here. And then I do plan on giving some sample washi tape, and I think I've stuck a tag in here with some sample washi tape. So I'll just put a letter of explanation what that is. And then I've added a little feather with a tag in here as a tuck. Oh, and then I've taken an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I've just folded it in quarters and then just tucked it in here as well. There's another card. Some embossing. I received, you know, because I am in a lot of unicorn swaps, I do receive a lot of unicorn ephemera, which I love, and I love to share them as well, especially in projects like this. I think this is a vellum pocket, yeah. So something very cute, very nice. And then this is one of those waterfall thingy-majingies. I have it paper clipped, but you know what it is. And then these are a heart mobile that I stitched together. I think that came out really nice, and it's interactive, you know. I don't want to flip through it this quick. And then I have added like little puzzle pieces like this. Just as an interest, they'll probably pull it apart, but knowing the mom, she will probably keep that intact. And which reminds me, I need to add some more of those dangles. And this is a tuck spot here. Little rosette cupcake liner thing. So I see a lot of things already that I need to fix before I get this shipped out. And then I've taken a couple of sheets of stationery, folded it in half, and then cut it. Then added this My Little Pony fabric. This flips out like that. Another tag pocket. And then I added this envelope in the back. And there's the back. One last look. Thank you all for watching, and until the next video. Bye-bye.